Grandstand Bettors here with your daily free sports pick for Wednesday, March 16th. Just a reminder, if you're new to Grandstand Bettors, go ahead, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our free picks, predictions, and contests throughout the year. And while you're at it, smash that like button. March Madness is now underway, and it is the best time of the year for college basketball. Now, speaking of March Madness, don't forget to join our free group on ESPN's Tournament Challenge for your chance to take home some cold, hard cash. The link is below in the description, and you have till noon on Thursday to get signed up. But without further ado, let's recap yesterday's NHL play and dive in to some NBA action today. Last night, we had the Rangers minus 1.5 at some plus value, and in all honesty, this game played out exactly how we thought it would, with the Rangers scoring 3+ goals against John Gibson, who has now allowed 3 or more goals in 11 straight games and 4 or more goals in 9 of those 11 games. The only problem was we took the minus 1.5 thinking that Shesterkin was going to be in net for the Rangers, and around 4:30 p.m. Eastern, it was announced that Georgiev would be in goal, and at that moment, we actually were asked a question in the comments, are we still rolling with the Rangers minus 1.5 as the best bet? And our reply was, no, we are not. Georgiev is not a good goalie. He came into that game 7-9 with a 3.14 goal against average. Despite the Rangers leading 1-0 and 2-1 in the game, he allowed 3 goals on only 23 shots, and their game ended going into overtime. The Rangers did win 4-3 just a minute into overtime. They ended up scoring and winning, but that's the price we pay sometimes getting these videos out early. You just never know when they might rest somebody, and that just happened yesterday. Unfortunately, Shesterkin was not in net, and oh well, hey, listen, it happens. We don't look at the past. We always look at the future, and today we're not loving the NHL slate, so we're going to dive into some NBA action with the late night game with the Toronto Raptors facing the LA Clippers. Raptors at this moment, they're a 2-point favorite with the over-under set at 218. Raptors currently sit in the 7th seed in the East, only a game back of the Cavs as they are surging now. They have won 4 straight on this road trip, including a 114-103 win versus the Lakers on Monday. They've looked impressive lately, beating the Suns and Nuggets on back-to-back nights during this road trip. They're also dealing, though, with some injuries. OG's out indefinitely. VanVleet being questionable for this game as well. However, if Scotty Barnes, Siakam, and Gary Trent Jr. play the way they did against the Lakers on Monday, all scoring 20-plus points, they should have no problem against this Clippers team, who's also without their 2 top players in George and Leonard, and now newly acquired Powell will also be out as well. Now, speaking of the Clippers, they really burned us Monday night, not being able to cover the +6 in regulation over the Cavs. Despite that loss, though, they're 5.5 games ahead of the Lakers for the 8th seed in the West, and honestly, they've pretty much just locked up a play-in tournament spot pending anything wild happening, as they are a little too far out to maybe not be in the play-in tournament and get a 6th seed. So this offense, they are not good. Overall, they're 24th in the league in scoring, and to be honest with you, it's not surprising with everybody out. The reason they have been able to go 6-4 in their last 10 games is their defense, their 11th ranked defense, which honestly, we think they've been a little lucky this year, only holding opponents to 107 points per game. The Clippers, they rank 3rd worst in giving up second chance points, and they are the 5th worst team in the NBA giving up points in the paint. So who are we betting in the Raptors-Clippers matchup tonight? Well, I think this really comes down to whether VanVleet plays in this game. There is a chance that this guy will be rested tonight, and there's also a chance Covington might return tonight as well. Honestly, this game, you should definitely not bet until the starting lineups have come out. So wait until they come out, until you wager on this game, if you wager on this game. But we're going to assume that actually VanVleet does get some rest tonight. So for our best bet for Wednesday, March 16th, we're going to take the Clippers +2 over the surging Toronto Raptors. Now, be sure to get in our NCAA tournament contest using the link in the description, and continue to put your best bets in our comments for your chance to climb up that best bet leaderboard. Remember, first place in March, taking home $100. Also, a friendly reminder, all of our free bets on YouTube do not make it actually onto our Grandstand Bettors daily cards, but are here to help you in your decision making for the day. A great example, today's matchup with the Raptors and the Clippers. We obviously won't pull the trigger on this one until we see who is starting for the game. If you are looking for that full card, head on over to grandstandbettors.com, become part of our family, and start living that grandstand life. But as always, sit back, relax, enjoy some NCAA basketball today, go Irish, and we'll see you tomorrow.